How's it going? It is the 14th of April 2019, which means it is day 3 of recovery and also the premiere of the last season of Game of Thrones. Arguably, Game of Thrones way more important to me than the fact this is my 3rd day of recovery, but it's all relative, right? I had a much easier night last night, thank God. I got a little bit of sleep. I didn't have another situation where I woke up sweating through all my clothes. I did sweat quite a bit through the night, but not enough to bolt me out of bed or freak me out. There was no searing pain. I did have to take more CBD troches in the middle of I guess it was in the morning. Yeah, it was in the early morning, but I definitely went to the restroom and took care of that as well. Speaking of restroom, because this is recovery, everyone has to experience bowel movements, and that's one of the hardest pieces of recovery, especially for this surgery. I haven't hit that moment yet, and especially with my gastroparesis, it's a little bit more challenging, but I am very slowly increasing what I eat. I haven't really had much of an appetite. I'm eating very fiber heavy, again with the Zing bars, the soft bake bars. I just had a whole organic avocado. Tonight I'm going to try to have some salad and something with fruit, and see if we can start to get things moving. The whole thing is that I'm not allowed to do any form of pushing, so I can't flex, I can't push, I can't do any form of pressure to move around that area. So ultimately, I'm at a standstill until it gets super easy. Otherwise, the gas pains are still the most uncomfortable and weird part of all of this. In terms of symptoms that I'm having, the nausea comes in and out. I definitely still feel like I just had a major surgery, my whole body kind of aches. The lower back pain does get, easier if I move around. I really try to get up every couple of hours and just stand for, and walk around for even 60 seconds. It's really hard because I'm so tired. Not tired enough to sleep all the time anymore. I'm not at that point in the recovery doing that at this point of this part of the recovery, but I am tired. I get dizzy and weak the second I stand, which leads me to believe that my body does not want me to stand and wants me to lay down and rest. I did get a little anxious to clean myself up a little bit. I started off by buzzing my facial hair, so it's buzzed pretty short now and cleaned up. I feel a little bit less like a wild man. I took the biodegradable wipes and I wiped myself down. My mom wiped down my back, my legs, and things that I couldn't reach, which was nice. Thanks, Mom, for doing that, so that way I could feel a little bit cleaner. I definitely like them. They're not too wet. They're not sticky like, baby wipes. So I actually liked it. It was cool and refreshing. When I was wiping down my front, I had to avoid my incision sites. And ultimately, what I realized immediately was that I'm feeling very sensitive. My whole center of my body cavity is really sensitive right now, and I just can't imagine taking a shower, having the pressure of the water on me right now, even on my chest. It almost feels as if I just had top surgery, not in terms of pain, but just that I'm very sore and sensitive. It's just the whole area. It's definitely whoever told me that it was gonna feel like I did 10,000 sit-ups, that's exactly what this feels like. The cramping is manageable so long as I have this magical heating pad, which arrived yesterday. I keep it on level 6 entirely the whole time. It's a smart pad off Amazon, fantastic. I am living for it, and it's very soft, which is almost self-soothing. to touch it. My incision sites are looking good. I'm finally starting to get a little less swollen and bloated looking. Initially, I could tell only in my face, but now I can actually tell in my chest cavity, so I can actually see my incisions if I'm laying in this position for the first time. I'll give you a good look. They're happy and healthy. I was told specifically to leave them alone, that what is covering them is going to come off on its own, and to just leave it be. Brushing my teeth properly was awesome. I finally had the arm strength to do that. I'm now resting my arms on pillows. I'm constantly trying to find different ways to get more comfortable. It is a struggle because I am a side sleeper, and I am definitely starting to mentally wake up a little bit. So even though I don't fully make sense yet and I have more clarity in certain times than others, there's a level of anxiousness to just not lay here and do things. But it is helpful that there are really great things to binge watch. I've just been going through different things and resting. I'm just trying to appreciate that my body is in rest mode right now, in recovery. I can feel it. I don't remember if I said this in any of the previous videos I've done so far, but it's interesting how I can feel almost an emptiness just by almost energetically touching my stomach. It's not a soulless thing or an emotional emptiness. It's just that when I touch my stomach very lightly and I just kind of sit there energetically with myself, I can actually feel the absence of what I've removed, and it's really wild. I definitely want to talk more about that, but this video is getting pretty long. I don't have anything special planned the rest of the day other than continuing to do exactly what I'm doing. Thank you so much for continuing to send good vibes, thoughts, and prayers my way. It means so much to me. Tomorrow is day 4, and usually day 4 is my hardest day of recovery. I'm manifesting that this is going to be the best day 4 I've ever had of any type of recovery. I'm hoping that it's going to be smooth, a lot easier than I imagine it to be, and that I will just continue to get better and better. I would really like to start to get up and be walking in my apartment at least for 2 to 3 minutes tomorrow, so we'll see. Though I'm not pushing and rushing myself at all. This recovery goes as quickly as my body needs and wants it to go, so that's just, I accept that. And but I'm feeling pretty good. Again, the emotional aspect, I'm really pushing it kind of to the back right now. I at least want to give myself another day or two to really physically focus on recovery before I let all those feels come in. But feel free to comment with any questions, and I would be more than happy to answer any questions you have in the next recovery video tomorrow. See you then.